Hi everyone, my name is Phyllis and I'm the owner of Mad Moody Quilting Fabrics. I have this new product that just arrived in a couple of weeks ago, and they're called Bobbin Buddies. There's 5 in a package for $3 Canadian. So I wanted to demonstrate on how these work and to show that they work on multiple size bobbins and everything, okay? And spools, different types of spools. So you'll see here I have right here I have a couple of different, well, more than a couple, a few. Also, this one is my gamel spool. So I have the different bobbins. I'm going to use this pink one, okay? So you see the shape of them, okay? And your bobbin will sit in this little elbow right here. And you have to squeeze these ends tightly together to get your bobbin to that elbow, okay, to push it on. Now I'm going to start with the this one here, this spool, this bobbin. This is a bobbin that works with my, it's the metal bobbin that came with my 6-thread embroidery machine. I don't use them often unless I'm doing lace work. But I wanted to show that these things work. So you would squeeze these little ends here. So you squeeze these little ends together, and you'd slide your bobbin on, squeezing. Okay, and then it's in the elbow of the apparatus. To get it off, you would squeeze the end again and gently push, or hard. You have to not just gently, but you have to push hard enough to get it over the little hump, and then once you do, they come off quite easily. Okay, so that was the metal 6-thread embroidery machine bobbin. Now I have a pre-wound, because I use a lot of pre-wounds for that machine, and the same thing, it does work on the pre-wounds very easily. You squeeze these ends together, and then you push your bobbin out. And then there's my FAF plastic bobbin for my FAF, and it goes the other way. So you push it, and it's quite easy to get on and off. You just have to be a little bit more forceful to get them on and off. And this is my Bernina bobbin, and again, you just push, and they go on very easily. Okay, and now this is a bobbin from my gamel. When I first tried this, I don't think I was forceful enough on it, and the hole is, if you look at that hole and this hole, if you look at those, and it's hard to see, but this one has a slightly larger hole than this one, okay? But just the same, it works. You just got to push harder to get it in, and you have to push harder to get it off. Okay, so it does work on the gamel. I'm just going to put this back on. Okay, they do work on the gamel. This is a gamel bobbin. Okay, now this is, I have a couple of different spools of thread here, different manufacturers, and I thought that I would show that they work on all these different ones. Now this is a Glide large that I use on my gamel, and it works just fine. Okay, it's a little looser in there, but that's okay, as long as it doesn't fall off. That's what matters. And that's because these ends here, these little ends here, you squeeze them together, and then they expand out when you let go of them. See, you squeeze, and then it's like you squeeze, and then they expand out. Okay, so that's the gamel, that's the Glide large, and they will fit on the smaller spool. This is the big spool, but they will fit on the smaller spool of Glide also, because they have a small enough hole in there. Now this is a clover silk, and it's a small stubby spool, and they work just fine also. And you'll see the end here because this is a smaller spool. It's not as long. So that works, and again, nothing falls off. This one is the Gutermann small spool, the regular size spool, and that works also. Nothing falls off. It just sits there, so you won't lose. This won't fall off out of the spool. You have to really pull them off. So when you go in and you put a few of these on and then you throw them in a bag to go to a retreat, you know that this spool and this bobbin and this bobbin buddy will keep everything together. The bobbin buddy will keep the spool and your bobbin together. So when you throw it into the bag, it's not going to come apart. Okay, this is a Gutermann, just a slightly larger, and again, it works. Nothing falls. So if I throw this into a bag or onto the table or whatever the case may be, I know that that bobbin is going to stay with that spool. So because of the bobbin buddy holding it all together. Now this is an Aurifil 80 weight thread with I think this is an imitation wood, or it's the real McCoy, who knows. And it works just fine with that one too, and it doesn't come undone. And you can hang these, because you can have nails along your wall, and you can just hang them along the wall. All right, this is Superior Kimono silk thread. The hole is slightly bigger. And it's looser inside, but again, it moves around, but it turns, but it's not going to fall off. Okay, and then the last one I have here is the regular large Aurifil 50 weight thread for regular sewing, and they work just fine also. Okay, so I thought I'd show that. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, you can find them on my website at madmoodyquiltingfabrics.com, and I will see you the next time, and happy quilting. Bye.